Hello and happy Sunday. Welcome to my weekly reset routine, which is not something I filmed before. I really enjoy watching this content and I do have a routine myself. It's just that I haven't filmed it yet. So welcome to my first one. I love doing monthly resets. I do these things anyway, just to keep my life a little bit more on track and keep myself a bit more organized. Now, if I don't do this on a Sunday, I enter the new week feeling pretty overwhelmed, procrastinate a lot, scroll on my phone a lot, and jump from task to task with no real direction, if that makes sense. So this keeps me on my track, and hopefully it'll keep you on track as well. I've done a cleanup this morning. I've just, not my best deep clean, but I've just given everything a tidy up, because when things are tidy and a bit more organized, then my mind is a lot more clear, obviously. So that's been done. We're going on a date tonight, me and Roberto. So I say we're going on a date. We're absolutely not going anywhere. We're staying at home, but we're having date night. How funny that I've just said we're going on a date. I love staying at home. Like, it's quite unhealthy maybe how much I love staying at home. I love my own company. I love being at home, but Roberto comes home from work and most of the time with my hair up in a bun, no makeup on, which is fine. Like, he doesn't care, but I just think I need to make a bit of effort. So that's why I've done my makeup and hair. It ties in perfectly with making this video. And yeah, I'm gonna take you, I don't know why I just told you all of that about the date, but we're just gonna have like a nice night tonight together. Like, he's gonna cook, which I love. If you have an Italian boyfriend who cooks, you'll know what I'm talking about. And before he comes home, I will have like a bottle of wine together. That's just my favorite ideal date night. Like, put a movie on, have a bottle of wine, have some really nice food, maybe like a carbonara or something, and just be together. That is my favorite. But anyway, before he does that, I'm gonna get organized with you. So one of the first things I like to do is come into Notion, which, you know, if you've been following me a little bit, that I'm using and absolutely loving. So I come into my Notion page, which looks a little bit like this. I created it myself, and this is what's currently working for me. But I am someone who likes to change things up quite often, so we'll see how that goes. So I come into my journal, and I have already answered these questions before I started the video, but not just to bore you too much. But I do a weekly reflection. I find when I'm doing this, I am far more conscious of how I'm spending my time and what I'm doing. So the questions I like to ask myself, what are my biggest highs from this week? So I changed up how I spend my mornings. I'm not going straight onto my phone and checking emails and that kind of stuff. I'm prioritizing myself before I'm doing any of those things. Memorable moment, beach day with Roberto. How am I feeling? True, now I feel good, but I was feeling really tired the past week. I've now started to take my iron tablets again because I'm anemic, and like most women, I think a lot of us suffer with anemia, and it's just something I have to keep on top of. I'm not that consistent with it, and they were giving me like bad side effects, but I'm hoping to get my body used to them so I get over the side effects. What action or habit am I proud of? Opening Notion every day and really using it and taking care of myself first. What am I going to do better next week? Wake up on my alarm, no snoozing. I used to kind of not make fun of people who would press the snooze button, but I am now one of those people who have been pressing the snooze button, and it's really not like me. And since I've been in Thailand, I've been struggling to wake up, which is really strange because it's sunny, it's warm. There's truly no excuse, but I feel so tired in the morning. Anyway, what am I most grateful for? Roberto handling my moods. I've been quite moody and with little patience this week. I would say in general, I'm quite an impatient person, which is not fantastic. And it's something I continuously need to work on. But this week I have been snapping at him. I've just been like a grump, having moods, and he's there to deal with it all, bless him. So it's just for me to really, reflect on myself and my week. Once I've done that, I can come down into my weekly agenda. And these are the things that I've written down that I can now go through and just make sure that I've done them, or if I need to carry them into the next week, etc, etc. So I'm just going to delete these. I've already gone through this and I know what I need to do, so I'm just going to delete these and then start to redo what I actually need to do for next week. Doing that's working for me. I've only done it for 1 week, but it's working for me. And if you are someone who struggles with fitness and staying on top of your fitness like me, then maybe this will work for you as well. I find planning what I'm going to do every day rather than thinking about it when I wake up, because I wake up in the morning, I'm like, right, I'm going to go. First of all, the night before, I'm like, I'm going to go tomorrow. I'm going to like change my ways, go tomorrow. And then when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I'll go later because I need to prioritize this, something else will come up. And then later in the day, because I work for myself, so it's like I don't have a proper routine or proper structure, so I can easily get caught up in other tasks, if that makes sense. So then I'll be like, right, I'll go before lunch, and then that'll come, I won't go. And then I'm like, I'll go in the evening, and then I'll just get caught up like making dinner, and then I just don't go. And I've been falling into this unhealthy cycle time and time again. So this has actually been helping me, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean by that. All right, so I'm back on my homepage, and I recently created this page. Now this is something I need to do all again, but I'm not gonna bore you with the whole details of that. But what I basically do is set everything up like this. So I will literally put the time I'm doing it and what I plan to do. So for example, in 6:30 to 7:30, I'm lucky enough to have a swimming pool in the apartment block. So I'll go for a swim. I am a terrible swimmer, but this is something I've promised myself that I am working on this year. So I'll swim for 30 minutes. And then, by the way, guys, I am someone who recently learned how to put their nose in the water without holding the nose, and I'm 30. Just an FYI, I'm very proud of myself. And then 7:30 to 8:30, I do a beach walk and then evening yoga. And then once I've done those, I just tick them off. As silly as that sounds, that is satisfying to like tick off, and I just find it helps me. It makes me feel very good. Then, for example, I'll set up like I want to do 6 to 7, run 20 minutes. Again, I haven't put the exact time. I've just said between this and this time I'm going to run for 20 minutes on the treadmill, and then 7:15 to 8 Pilates. And I'll literally go onto YouTube and choose exactly which one I want to do. Otherwise, I find myself like getting lost on YouTube and finding like, oh, this one looks good, and then seeing like in the suggested one, oh no, this one looks good, and then I just end up not doing it. So I've gone in and I've already found the things that I'm going to do, and all I need to do is literally press play, and it's going to play directly in here. So I don't even need to take myself to YouTube and get lost in it, if that makes sense. Then again here, swimming, evening yoga. Down here we've got, again, running 15 minutes toned legs, which is this video, and then evening yoga. I think I've even put the second video there as well. And I follow Yoga by Adrienne. I've always used her for my yoga, like a guided yoga session, and I find her just the best. Yeah, and then that's basically how I plan my week with regards to my fitness. Otherwise, I do just procrastinate and spend more time looking for YouTube videos on which video I want to do and getting lost and actually doing it. So yeah, this has worked for me, and this is honestly a game changer. Then what I like to do is come into this page, which I'm going to show you an example of how I plan my dinners, because again, I procrastinate and let myself get so hungry if I don't plan that when it comes to the evening, I just eat whatever's fast and whatever I can get my hands on. So by doing this, not only are you making your evenings easier by knowing what it is that you want to cook, but also when you go to the supermarket, you know exactly what ingredients you need to buy. And I sometimes like interchange one of these recipes, I change it up, but some of the things we eat more or less the same each week. So like a soup, like we'll always have a soup, for example. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, this is how I do it. I find inspiration from Pinterest most of the time, and then open a tab like this and scroll down. I mean, like, yes, you can do this individually each night, but then you're giving yourself a moment to start scrolling on Pinterest and getting lost again, and maybe just losing control of your screen time over and over, like me. So then I just come in here, I'll literally copy paste all of those ingredients and then just literally drop them into there. So it's just so easy. So then I don't have to keep, you know, like when you open these Pinterest and they're like, my Italian grandmother back in the in the 50s or 60s used to, you know, like they give you the life story, which I understand because they're bloggers and that's how they make money and how it works, but it's just like, just give me the ingredients. So that's what I do to make my life easier. And then if you need the method, then you can just add in the method here. So then all you need to do is open your laptop and have everything in front of you. So it's really, really easy. And then I'll just interchange these then whenever I feel like changing things up, I'll just go ahead and swap them out. But these are the things that I really enjoy. And it just makes my life a lot easier. I don't have to think every day, what are we going to eat tonight? What am I going to go and buy? Blah, blah, blah. This just keeps everything like in order, and yeah, just makes it a lot easier. Then once I'm done with those things, I will tend to come and do like a rough idea of what I want to film for the next week. So I always have like a brain dump session at some point, and I'll go back to my brain dump section and just find some ideas that I want to work with the next week, and then just start popping anything that comes to mind in here and working on that. This is just a little template that I've created, so when it comes to B-roll or voiceovers and things like that, like I'm just much more organized with. Again, I am someone who procrastinates like crazy. So if I have a bit of a guide and if I need to print this section out, for example, once I've created all the shots that I want, I do that. So I'm not, again, getting lost when I'm filming, because I tend to do that quite a lot. And then I'll pop any thumbnails I want in here, and I don't know why that's sitting there. I really don't know. Yeah, so this is what I use. I try to just get an outline of what I want for the next week, and then obviously the heavy work comes into my content planning for the week. One thing I like to do as well, which I forgot to tell you, is go through my phone photos and videos like once a week. And this is a new habit of mine that I hope to continue, which I realize I am terrible at my storage on my phone. Like my phone just gets storage full, and I have a huge storage on there. So content creators will understand, like people who run their own businesses will understand that your phone just gets so full so easy, but it's an excuse. We need to keep on top of it. So instead of like tackling it when it gets too late, I am now doing once a week, going through my phone, getting rid of the things that I don't need, like random screenshots or just random stuff on there that I don't need. Either moving it to a hard drive if I want to keep some memories, or just deleting it, because yeah, my phone has been taking a hard hit with storage and all that kind of stuff. So that's one habit that I would encourage you to do if you also struggle with the same problem. I hope this helped you in some way to get on top of what it is that you want to do. Obviously, like on a Sunday, usually I'll do my skincare, I'll get into my PJs really early, get on the sofa, just get into my comfortable clothes and just feel cozy, I guess. And that's how I end off my Sunday. I try to go to bed a little bit earlier than the rest of the nights. But obviously today's different because me and Roberto are going to have like a date night. But obviously in other videos I can show you those things. What else? I'll clean my desk. I've already done that today, but I'll clean my desk, get everything up nice and organized, so when I come to my desk Monday morning, I feel refreshed, I feel good to go. There's nothing worse than coming to your desk in the morning, like the start of the week, and just seeing clutter and just seeing a bit of a mess. Like that just makes me crazy and I can't focus or be creative. So I just make sure I clean my desk down, get everything organized, and make my life easier. So if I want to read in the next morning, I'll set my book out. If I want to do my gratitude journal, I'll set that out. even like things like my water bottle, I'll put that in the fridge overnight so I have cold water ready to go for the next day. Just little things like that to make your any habits that you've got, to make you do them. Does that make sense? Probably not. Any habits that I've got, like drink more water, do my gratitude every day, I'll make it obvious to me. So I'll put the book out, I'll fill up the water, those kind of things. Gym clothes, get those ready out the night before. Anything like that. Any clothes that you want to wear the next day, like just have them out ready so you just wake up and you've got a clean mind, you know what you need to do, and you do it. So I hope that helped, and let me know what other kind of videos you want to see. Let me know what you do for your Sunday. If you do have any routine, let me know any tips and tricks that you have. I would love to hear about them. I love changing up my routines and finding inspiration from other people. And have a beautiful Sunday and a beautiful week ahead.